Everybody know my son King. He's a passionate young man.
And, very passionate.
Yeah, and he has some tumultuous times. Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son.
Welcome back to Fame Flux, where the truth behind fame gets exposed. The Harris family drama has escalated once again. T.I., often referred to as the King of the South, is making headlines. Not for music or business, but for controversy surrounding his son, King Harris. Social media is ablaze with messy allegations, and recent rumors have stirred major online reactions.
You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself...
Speculation is growing that T.I. may be distancing himself from King Harris, following a series of leaked images that sparked widespread conversation. The question remains, has this become the breaking point, or is there a deeper story behind the drama? Let's unpack what's unfolding. King Harris recently became a father, welcoming a child with Big Nana, an older partner. However, this situation has been far from smooth, as controversy continues to shadow his every move. Now online discussions are ramping up with new rumors. Reports suggest the emergence of a leaked tape that allegedly reveals a hidden aspect of King's personal life. Some speculate the pregnancy may have been orchestrated to distract from questions surrounding his orientation. This story is rapidly evolving.
Is it me? But should have King did a DNA test from the jump? Soon as that baby dropped, they should have got a DNA test. Or you can still do a DNA test while the baby is still in the womb.
The noticeable age gap between King Harris and Big Nana has long drawn skepticism. Now, with new allegations surfacing, public scrutiny is intensifying. When King's father initially acknowledged the pregnancy, observers noted his reaction lacked enthusiasm, sparking even more speculation. Now, attention is shifting to paternity. Rumors suggest the situation might be more complex than it appeared.
So Tiny and T.I.'s son King was not the father of that girl child. They did all that, had that big baby shower, all that maternity shoot. He ain't even the pappy.
As conversations about King's personal life escalate, whispers have emerged, questioning whether he is truly the biological father of the child he shares with Big Nana. This theory gained traction after a TikTok video went viral, claiming a secret paternity test showed King wasn't the father. It's said this revelation left the family dealing with not only lifestyle controversies, but now the weight of paternity doubts. Adding to the confusion, King's mother entered the conversation. She attempted to shut down the gossip by sharing a cheerful family photo featuring her grandchild. In the caption, she directly responded to the rumors, aiming to stop the online frenzy. Tiny addressed the rumors head-on, urging the public not to fall for online speculation.
He's probably like 7, 8 pounds now.
She dismissed the claims as clickbait and hinted at taking action against those spreading misinformation. However, the situation became more tangled when King's sister, Zonique Pullins, weighed in with a sarcastic tweet, questioning the source of the rumors. Even with the family uniting in defense of King, public doubt continues. For many, where there's persistent smoke, they assume there's a fire. The timing raises more questions. Leaked photos, paternity speculation, and discussions about King's lifestyle all hitting the internet at once. That's left fans wondering if these events are truly coincidental. Some speculate that the family's swift response might be less about silencing falsehoods and more about preserving image. Were they already aware of what was coming and trying to manage the narrative? The combination of intimate photos, questions about paternity, and uncertainty surrounding King's relationship has created a media storm.
So, I want to say congratulations to King and Nana on their first baby. My first grandson. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. And I helped them name him because he's a junior.
Some voices online now suggest that the relationship with Big Nana and even King's new fatherhood could have been a calculated distraction from deeper revelations. And these kinds of rumors often lead to even more speculation. If the Harris family was aware of any leaked footage ahead of time, questions remain. Were they attempting to protect King from backlash, or were they simply hoping the storm would pass? Now, a past controversy is resurfacing. In 2019, during a public feud with T.I., Kodak Black made inflammatory remarks that are now being re-examined. During an Instagram Live, Kodak hurled homophobic slurs and specifically targeted T.I.'s sons, sparking outrage. At the time, many dismissed the statements as trolling behavior. But in light of recent events, some are revisiting those remarks, wondering if Kodak had prior knowledge or insight. Was he hinting at something larger, or simply using controversy to stir the pot? Kodak didn't limit his attacks to T.Y.'s music or public persona. He took aim at his wife, Tiny, and then doubled down by involving the children. An unusual and pointed escalation that left many questioning his intent. Now, with growing speculation about King Harris's lifestyle and alleged footage, Kodak's past words are being scrutinized more seriously. What once seemed like senseless insults may now be viewed as potential foreshadowing, intended or not. It's starting to feel like Kodak Black's past remarks weren't just random jabs, but rooted in something he knew without openly revealing. The timing lines up. Kodak's feud with T.I. erupted after controversial comments about Lauren London following Nipsey Hussle's tragic passing. T.I. quickly responded, urging Kodak to correct his statements expeditiously. That exchange escalated tensions, leading Kodak to retaliate with deeply personal insults. But here's the key detail. This was back in 2019, long before any current rumors about King Harris emerged. If Kodak had any knowledge of private matters, it's possible he was using that moment to strike preemptively. Re-examining that moment now, some are beginning to wonder if Kodak's remarks were early warning signs hiding in plain sight. He targeted King Harris specifically, making insinuations that were dismissed at the time as trolling. Yet, with today's swirling allegations, including leaked photos and paternity whispers, those earlier comments are being seen in a new light. Adding to the speculation is how the Harris family responded. While T.I. addressed Kodak in a diss track, he didn't publicly confront the slurs aimed at his sons. That omission raised eyebrows. Was the silence an effort to contain controversy, or simply a strategic decision to deflect unwanted attention? The pieces are aligning, and many now believe these early shots may have foreshadowed deeper truths. Could it be that Kodak Black, in his typical unfiltered style, was exposing truths the Harris family hoped would remain hidden? If so, why were his remarks dismissed back then? Was the public too fixated on his feud with T.I. to recognize something deeper? One thing is certain, the timeline, stretching from Kodak's remarks in 2019 to the leaked tapes in 2024, suggests a family grappling with long-standing tension, hidden truths, and increasing public scrutiny. It's clear the Harris family is now in damage control mode. But the internet has a long memory, and buried stories often find their way to the surface. So, how were the warning signs missed? From the outside, King Harris appeared to have it all: fame, luxury, and a tight-knit household. But reality has revealed a different narrative. In a recent candid moment, King Harris shared a perspective that reshaped public understanding of his upbringing. Far from the polished image broadcast on VH1's T.I. and Tiny the Family Hustle, King disclosed that his childhood was more fragmented than fans assumed. He revealed he didn't actually grow up in the grand family home seen on TV. Instead, he spent much of his youth with his grandmother. According to King, the family would only come together in that house when filming took place, presenting a carefully curated illusion of unity and a conventional family structure. The revelation cast doubt on everything the audience once believed to be authentic. They'd come get me from my grandma's house for filming, and right after the camera stopped rolling, I'd go right back, King shared in an interview. That statement shifts the narrative dramatically. It highlights that, contrary to widespread belief, King was not consistently raised in a household with parental presence or direct guidance. The absence of a strong father figure during formative years is especially significant in light of the ongoing rumors and controversies surrounding him. Without direct support or consistent mentorship, it's likely that King faced challenges navigating his identity, personal choices, and emotional development. Living with a grandmother, while potentially filled with care and stability, may not have offered the structure or understanding necessary to prepare him for the unique pressures of life in the spotlight. Balancing public attention and personal growth without guidance can result in missteps, and many believe this has been evident in King's journey. Over the years, he's faced waves of criticism for various public incidents, ranging from the viral one-chip challenge video involving a homeless man to backlash over his dental makeover. These episodes suggest a recurring pattern of seeking attention or affirmation, perhaps in response to deeper emotional voids. Adding to the list was his decision to challenge the late rapper Julio Fulio to a boxing match. While some dismissed it as a promotional tactic, others saw it as another example of impulsive behavior that added fuel to public scrutiny. Given the sensitivity around feuds in the music world, the move intensified concerns about his ability to avoid controversy. King's actions continue to raise questions about his maturity, support system, and the effects of growing up in a fractured spotlight. Stepping into dangerous territory without fully grasping the consequences has become a theme. One such moment unfolded during a shouting match at a mini-mart. Captured on video, the confrontation between King and an employee went viral, drawing widespread criticism. Viewers pointed out the behavior as entitled and disrespectful, adding to a series of troubling incidents suggesting a pattern of public missteps. Even routine interactions seemed to spiral into controversy. One of the most talked about moments was the altercation at an NFL game. King reportedly clashed with fans in the stands, insisting he was standing on business. The situation escalated quickly, prompting a family member to step in and physically restrain him with a headlock to diffuse tensions. That image became symbolic of the difficulty in managing his public behavior. Things didn't stop there. King was later arrested after authorities discovered grass in his vehicle. This arrest ignited another wave of public backlash, especially as footage surfaced of him appearing in music videos holding firearms, further fueling concerns about his trajectory. Artists like Boosie publicly addressed the matter, warning that such behavior could have lasting consequences. Boosie advised reflection and change, urging responsibility. Meanwhile, commentaries surrounding his family's response highlighted the tension between maintaining familial loyalty and addressing public accountability. This series of incidents paints a portrait of a young artist navigating fame and pressure, often struggling to manage the weight of public expectation and personal decision-making. A troubled path marked by needless disputes and legal issues has made King Harris's journey resemble a ticking time bomb. His repeated brushes with controversy paint the picture of a young man struggling to define himself, frequently making choices that lead to backlash. Each incident adds to a growing narrative of confusion, missteps, and deep internal conflict under the weight of public attention. Is he crying out for help, or are these behaviors rooted in a lack of structure and guidance? Either way, the pattern raises more questions than answers. His reaction to criticism, like his viral response to being called unattractive, saying, "If I'm the ugliest, what does that make you?" reveals a defensive posture. This type of response suggests someone shaped by relentless online scrutiny, possibly lacking a strong support system to help him process it all. The situation grows even more complex as leaked photos and personal rumors intensify public curiosity. Now, many are asking if efforts to manage his image are helping or hindering. Take, for instance, a recent festive family photo shared by Tiny. Meant to shift attention, the post attempted to shut down speculation about King's paternity and private life. Tiny labeled the rumors as clickbait, insisting no one truly knows the family's inner workings. Yet critics argue that this may be a strategic diversion, especially given how persistent the rumors have become regarding King's preferences and the nature of the leaked content. The tension between image control and authenticity is becoming harder to ignore. The revelation that King spent most of his upbringing with his grandmother, rather than under the same roof as T.I. and Tiny, has only intensified speculation. Many observers are questioning whether there's a deeper story behind their distant relationship. Could the absence of a strong parental presence during his early years explain the apparent emotional disconnect? Or is it simply another thread in an already tangled family situation? Embarrassment and frustration seem to be colliding, with controversies stacking up, leaked images, paternity speculation, and questions about identity. It's becoming clear why T.I. might feel compelled to step back. Whether it's to protect the family brand or from genuine disappointment, the growing tension is hard to ignore. The rift between father and son is becoming more apparent by the day. So what's your take? Was King's upbringing mishandled by his family? Are the paternity rumors part of the strain? Or is this a case of rebellion gone too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into stories like this. And before you go, click on the next video on your screen. It takes things even further, and you won't want to miss it.